Hello, trading has closed on February 29th, 2024. Let's do our disclaimer, go over our calls and make some predictions. It's my trading plan for March the 1st. Remember, it's a plan, it can be wrong. Any trades you make should be made at your own risk. If you want to order the webinar in my system, please give me a Gmail address. Look for the pattern today with the early high, which we got tomorrow. Should have the early low. Well, this was the chart we showed. Prices were here and futures were down around 9 handles. I said that the timing of the drop was suspicious to me and that if we had a good response to the economic report and we gapped up, it would trap all the Europeans who shorted and we have to go higher. Now, just because something can happen doesn't mean it will. It's kind of a warning that I didn't trust the sell-off, and that happened to work. We got a good response to the economic report and we went up. So that break was too late to be a valid break. But during the day, MEJT said all these squiggles were false moves, that price would retrace, and they did. So that's already played out. We had some prior targets right here. And they all printed, and not only did they print, but there was support and resistance right at those prices. It's a beautiful thing. Well, how about tomorrow? To be frank, tomorrow's not so easy. It's not the clearest pattern for me, and I'm not prepared to recommend a trade at this time, but let me show you what I came up with. This isn't really a clear count, but if this is an ABC, C is equal to A. If that's an ABC for A, the FEBs work. If that's an ABC for B, the FEBs work. And if we're making magenta B, we have 5 waves up for A, we have B, we should be in C, 1, 2, the third wave. So if that's the right count, which we don't know, this should be 5 waves up. And if red C is equal to red A, be around 5109 plus, and that would have a complete magenta B. And if it did, blue C would be twice blue A at about the same price, 5109 minus. Now, there's no guarantee this is the right count for sure. But if it is the wave count, around 5109 cash is where the waves balance out, and they would keep this high intact. I think it'll be broken at some point, but I'd like to see more of a pullback than we've gotten before that breaks. That doesn't mean I get what I like every time. I don't. So tomorrow has the early low. Friday's pattern typically has early low regardless of where we open. Typically it's a rally day with a high in the final hour. But if it's weak, more weakness should ensue in the days to come. Pattern just isn't as clear as I'd like it to be. I believe we're making an ABC up with A and C being impulsive structures. I can't count 5 waves up in the current advance, so I'm assuming it has a bit further to go. That doesn't mean I'm pounding the table, but that's what I think is going on. I have balance of the waves around 5109 cash, and that's one of the possible places for this leg to end. Now eventually we're going to go much higher. We had a perfect setup for a drop, and that didn't happen. And usually that means you're going much higher, but doesn't mean you go much higher in a straight line. It's the pattern with the early low. It's usually a positive day, and I can justify balance of the waves around 5109. That's today's call.